Welcome to the demonstration video on integrating Cisco ThousandEyes with Cisco Catalyst SD-WAN. In this video, you will learn how to use the feature template in the Cisco Catalyst SD-WAN to orchestrate the deployment of ThousandEyes agents on your SD-WAN routers. This capability enables you to quickly deploy multiple agents across branch locations with just a few clicks. Installing Cisco ThousandEyes agents at branch locations significantly enhances visibility across your WAN environment. This integration allows you to monitor SD-WAN endpoints for performance and availability, and evaluate the performance of cloud and SaaS applications from the branch perspective. It also enables you to analyze connectivity between branch sites and internal applications hosted in the data center. By integrating Cisco ThousandEyes with Cisco Catalyst SD-WAN, you can orchestrate the deployment of ThousandEyes agents across your branches quickly and efficiently. There's no need for additional hardware at the branch or relying on manual, time-consuming installation processes. Before you begin the integration, ensure that you have met all the necessary prerequisites. The device configuration feature template supporting ThousandEyes agent installation is available in the 20.6 or newer SD-WAN Manager software release, which has been around for several years. If your SD-WAN fabric is running 20.16 release or newer, you can also use workflow integration, which is covered in a dedicated video. Each deployed agent running on an SD-WAN router must be able to communicate with ThousandEyes backend servers. Make sure that appropriate default routes and NAT policies are configured, which enable agent connectivity to these servers over the public internet. Before initiating the deployment of agents, you must transfer the ThousandEyes agent software into the software repository of the SD-WAN Manager. You should also copy an account group token from the ThousandEyes portal because it will be required as an input for the agent deployment task. First, let's see how you can download the appropriate agent software from the Cisco ThousandEyes portal. Once logged in successfully, navigate to Network and App Synthetics and select Agent Settings. Click the Add New Enterprise Agent button. In the pop-up that appears, select the Cisco Application Hosting tab, followed by the Catalyst Routing tab. Notice that two different device architectures are supported here. The x86 architecture covers most routing platforms, including the Cisco Catalyst 8000 series routers and ISR 4000 series routers. ARM-based agents are typically used with lower-end routing platforms, such as the Cisco ISR 1000 series. If you are unsure which software is correct for your router, refer to the documentation by clicking this link, which directs you to the relevant section of ThousandEyes documentation. In this demonstration, you will use the x86-based agent. You can download it by clicking the Download button. In addition, you should copy the account group token value from this menu and note it down, since you will need to provide it when scheduling the agent deployment task in your SD-WAN Manager. Once the software is downloaded, navigate to the SD-WAN Manager web interface. Select Maintenance Software Repository. Within the software repository, navigate to the Virtual Images section. You can see that the repository is currently empty. Select the Add New Virtual Image drop-down list and choose Manager, since you will upload the ThousandEyes agent software directly to the SD-WAN Manager. Select the downloaded file by clicking within the Upload area or simply drag and drop the file. You can accept the default options and click the Upload button. After a few moments, you will notice that the ThousandEyes agent software has been successfully added to the software repository. Once all prerequisites are met, you can begin the deployment of a ThousandEyes agent by navigating to Configuration, Templates. Under Device Templates, select the relevant device configuration template to which you want to attach the agent deployment. Click the three dots and choose Edit. You can scroll to the bottom of the page or click the Additional Templates option to jump directly to the relevant section. You will notice an option to attach the ThousandEyes Agent Feature Template. If you have any pre-configured templates available, you can select one from the drop-down list. Alternatively, you can define a new feature template by selecting the Create Template option. For a new feature template, you must specify a template name and its description. Under Basic Configuration, provide the account group token that you previously copied from the ThousandEyes portal. You must also specify the service VPN in which you want to deploy the agent. For this demonstration, you can select VPN 5. In addition, provide an IP prefix that will be assigned to the agent and an IP address for its gateway. These two addresses must be within the same subnet, and the subnet must differ from any existing subnet in the selected VPN. You cannot reuse an existing VPN subnet. Deploying an agent into a service VPN is the recommended approach. It places the ThousandEyes agent closer to the end user and allows you, as the SD-WAN administrator, to steer ThousandEyes test traffic using SD-WAN data policies. However, in some scenarios, deploying the agent into the transport VPN or VPN 0 might be preferred. You can achieve this by leaving the VPN field at its default value. Under Advanced Options, you should configure at least a primary DNS server for the agent to resolve domain names. For example, you can use Cisco Umbrella Public DNS. By default, the agent will derive its host name from the router host name. If needed, you can override it by providing a global value or using a device-specific variable. In this example, you can use TE-SD-WAN. If your environment uses an explicit proxy, you can configure the required proxy settings in this section. Once satisfied with the template configuration, click Save. The newly created ThousandEyes feature template will be automatically selected. You can now click Update to proceed. Since no system parameters are being changed on the router, click Next. If you want to preview the configuration that will be pushed to a specific router, select the router from the list on the left. Click Config Diff and choose Side-by-Side Diff for easier comparison. Scroll down to the highlighted area. You will first notice the Virtual Port Group configuration. This configuration defines a virtual interface that will serve as the default gateway for the agent. Notice that the interface is part of VPN 5 as specified in the feature template. If you scroll a bit further, you will see the second part of the configuration. This section defines the IOX container in which the agent will run, along with the network connectivity configuration. You can also observe how parameters such as the account group token and hostname are passed to the agent using the Run Options command. After reviewing the configuration changes, click Configure Devices. Here, you can monitor the progress of the deployment task. Keep in mind that transferring the agent software from the SD-WAN Manager to the SD-WAN router and installing it may take a few minutes. Click the icon under the Action column to view task progress details. Once the task finishes successfully, you can return to the ThousandEyes portal. Navigate to Network and App Synthetics, Agent Settings. You should now see a newly registered agent with a specified name. Click it to view additional details. You will notice that the agent has been assigned a private IP address you have configured, and its platform matches the router on which it was deployed. Now that you have learned how to integrate Cisco ThousandEyes with Cisco Catalyst SD-WAN, you can leverage this integration to quickly deploy enterprise agents across your WAN environment. This enables you to run ThousandEyes tests directly from branch locations, increasing end-to-end visibility and reducing the mean time to resolution for WAN-related issues. Thank you for watching.